All righty. Well, hello, everybody. We are Junkshopping already. Look at that picture. We're going to kill the camera here. Dear me. Oh, you wouldn't believe the the busyness with which we are shopping. Hey, Santy. Welcome, one and homework Bible study. Welcome. Our of the public domain. And then we road is now I must be a channel. Lost connection to my All right. Well, Math Pig, I'm glad I could provide you with a little entertainment, even if it is largely Schadenfreude based, I think. All right. Now that I'm talking again, can you hear me? Let's see. I got to wait for the chat to catch up. I'm going to take this down now that I've got responses coming in. There we go. All right. I don't know what fucking happened there for a second. It muted itself. That's all I need. The rise of Skynet in addition to junk shopping. Whee! It's going to be a fun fucking day here in the library. All right. Well, before we launch into the ever and ever unpredictable book of Second Chronicles, hey, Ricardo. And hey, somebody else. Oh, yes. I'm being smited. I see. Yes, Granny, you may be right. Hey, Edward, welcome. Okay. As I was saying, before we launch into the Word of God, I must give a quick shout out to my fantabulous patrons. These are the wonderful folks who have found fit in their heart and space in their wallet, more important in these trying times, to assist financially in the ongoing construction and improvements of the library. You see their names in the crawlers down there at the bottom of the screen, but they do get shouted out individually. So, in alphabetical order, these fine folks are Brainbug, Mark Caesar, Paul Camish, Kim, Linda, Math Pig, Mama Atheist, Rain, and Santi the Sane. Special thoughts go out to Mama Atheist today, and to Math Pig, who's worrying himself sick about her. Oh dear, Brainbug's speaking other languages in the chat. I feel like such an American. My foreign languages essentially extend to torpedo boat imperative verbs and the voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? So I'm very useful in an extremely limited set of circumstances. Greetings to the Lone Wanderer. Hello, my friend. Glad to have you wandering amongst us for a while. Yes, definitely last but not least, Sandy. I just realized I don't know. Right. Well, while we've got anything in chapter of the book of there they are, that seem to have as much in mind. All righty. And against Israel. And he placed forces in Judah and in the cities of Ephraim, which Asa his fat, because he walked in the first ways of his father David, and sought not unto Baalim his commandments. And therefore the Lord stabbed presence, and his places, and also in the Fail Michai sent Jehoshaphat and Jehovah, and went. And the fear of the Lord fell upon all the kingdoms of the lands that were round about Judah, so that they made no war against Jehoshaphat. Also, some of the Philistines brought Jehoshaphat presents and tribute silver, and the Arabians brought him flocks, 7,700 rams, and 7,700 he-goats. And Jehoshaphat waxed great exceedingly, and he built in Judah castles and cities of store. And he had much business in the cities of Judah, and the men of war, mighty men of valor, were in Jerusalem. And these are the numbers of them according to the house of their fathers. Oh, shit. Of Judah, the captains of thousands, Adnah the chief, and with him mighty men of valor, 300,000. And next to him was Jehohanan the captain, and with him 280,000. And next him was Amasiah the son of Zichri, who willingly offered himself unto the Lord, and with him 200,000 mighty men of valor. And of Benjamin, Eliada, a mighty man of valor, and with him armed men with bow and shield, 200,000. And next him was Jehoshaphat, and with him 180,000 ready prepared for the war. These waited on the king, beside those whom the king put in the fenced cities throughout all Judah. And that's all there is to chapter 17. Not much to that one. Except to note that Jehoshaphat succeeded where his father failed, in that he removed all of the high places and sacrificial groves from out of the land, which was one thing that his fathers continued to neglect. Yeah, brain bug. Men of valor! Yeah, that might should be the title of this book rather than Second Chronicles. It should just be Men of Valor, because that seems what we keep coming on back to in this book. Just listings and listings of mighty, mighty manly men. Um, okay, so Jehoshaphat did what was right in the eyes of the Lord and flourished accordingly, and was sent tribute by the Philistines and all of his to be all right, I might disconnect it again. Can y'all hear me now? God damn it. I don't know what's going on with maybe it's the port. I don't know. Computer, you gotta. Oh, Lordy Lou. You just gotta hang in there like another week, my friend. You just gotta hang on, old buddy. All right, good. I am audible. Huzzah! Chapter 18. Now, Jehoshaphat had riches and honor in abundance, and joined affinity with Ahab. God, how far back in time are we going? And after certain years, he went down to Ahab to Samaria. And Ahab killed sheep and oxen for him in abundance, and for the people that he had with him, and persuaded him to go up with him to Ramoth Gilead. And Ahab, king of Israel, said unto Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, Wilt thou go with me to Ramoth Gilead? And he answered him, I am as thou art, and my people as thy people, and we will be with thee in the war. And Jehoshaphat said unto the king of Israel, Inquire, I pray thee, at the word of the Lord today. Therefore the king of Israel gathered together of prophets 400 men, and said unto them, Shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And they said, Go up, for God will deliver it into the king's hand. And Jehoshaphat said, Is there not here a prophet of the Lord besides, that we might inquire of him? And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, There is yet one man by whom we may inquire of the Lord, but I hate him, for he never prophesied good unto me, but always evil. The same is Micaiah, the son of Imla. And Jehoshaphat said, Let not the king say so. And the king of Israel called for one of his officers and said, Fetch quickly Micaiah, the son of Imla. And the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, sat either of them on his throne, clothed in their robes, and they sat at a void place at the entering in of the gate of Samaria. And all the prophets prophesied before them. And Zedekiah, the son of Kenaanah, had made him horns of iron, and said, Thus saith the Lord, with these thou shalt push Syria until they be consumed. And all the prophets prophesied so, saying, Go up to Ramoth Gilead and prosper, for the Lord shall deliver it into the hand of the king. And the messenger that went to call Micaiah spake to him, saying, Behold, the words of the prophets declared good to the king with one assent. Let thy word, therefore, I pray thee, be like one of theirs, and speak thou good. And Micaiah said, As the Lord liveth, even what my God saith, that will I him, Micaiah. And he said, Go ye. And the king, Who are thee, that thou... Then he scattered upon the mountains as master. Let them... And the king of Israel said to the evil, I saw the Lord sitting upon his... And the Lord said, Who up and fall at... And another saying after, Bear it, and stood before the... And the Lord said unto him, Out, and be a lie. And the Lord said, Thou shalt go out, and doth put a lying spirit in the mouth of... Then Zedekiah, the son of Kenaanah, came near, and smote Micaiah upon the cheek, and said, Which way went the Spirit of the Lord from me to speak unto thee? And Micaiah said, Behold, thou shalt see on that day when thou shalt go into an inner chamber to hide thyself. Then the king of Israel said, Take ye Micaiah, and carry him back to Amon, the governor of the city, and to Joash, the king's son, and say, Thus saith the king, Put this fellow in the prison, and feed him with the bread of affliction and with water of affliction, until I return in peace. And Micaiah said, If thou certainly return in peace, then hath not the Lord spoken by me? And he said, Hearken, all ye people. So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat the king of Judah went up to Ramoth Gilead. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, I will disguise myself, and I will go to the battle, but put thou on thy robes. So the king of Israel disguised himself, and they went to the battle. Now the king of Syria had commanded the captains of the chariots that were with him, saying, Fight ye not with small or great, save only with the king of Israel. And it came to pass, when the captains of the chariots saw Jehoshaphat, that they said, "It is the king of Israel." Therefore they compassed about him to fight. But Jehoshaphat cried out, and the Lord helped him, and God moved them to depart from him. For it came to pass that, when the captains of the chariots perceived that it was not the king of Israel, they turned back again from pursuing him. And a certain man drew a bow at a venture, and smote the king of Israel between the joints of the harness. Therefore he said to his chariot man, "Turn thine hand, that thou mayest carry me out of the host, for I am wounded." And the battle increased that day, howbeit the king of Israel stayed himself up in his chariot against the Syrians until the even, and about the time of the sun going down he died. And that was chapter 18. Woo, boy. All right. A lot going on in that chapter. Good night, Linda. See you soon. Amiga nuts 2. Oh, great. They're multiplying. All right. Let's see here. Don't freeze on me now, chat. I want to talk to the people. We have indeed. While it was way back in what first back around the time of Elijah. But no, it would have had to have been emphatically at this camera that is prophesied the death happened. So this story we may have let's so. All right, let's see how long this works. Sweet baby Jesus and Jumpin Jehoshaphat. All right, so good King Jehoshaphat and bad King Ahab, they enter into a pact together. They're going to go up and fight against the Syrians at the city of Ramoth Gilead. But before they do, Jehoshaphat, the God-fearing one of the two, suggests that they inquire of the Lord whether or not this is a good idea before they go through with it. So Ahab says, well, if there's one thing I've got, it's prophets. And he calls his prophets together to the entrance to the city, and there's 40 of them show up, which could mean 40, or it could just mean a whole honking mess of them, or it could just mean all of them, because 40 is just one of these numbers that Old Testament folks were real hung up on. It was the number of completeness and good stuff. Hey, Paul, welcome back. Spending your 5 with us. I'm so flattered. Thank you, my friend. So the 40 prophets, they come to the kings, and they all come to the same conclusion. They say, go on up and fight the Syrians. You're going to beat the tar out of them. And one of them brings visual aids. He has made horns of iron, and he sticks them on his head like a bull and says, you're going to push the Syrians back like that. And Ahab kind of likes what he's hearing. Jehoshaphat's a little skeptical of the chorus. And he says, Ahab, brother king mine, I got a question for you. This all seems well and good, but you got any other prophets? Ahab says, well, I got one more, but I don't like him. Jehoshaphat says, what do you mean you don't like him? He's a prophet of the Lord. Jehoshaphat says, well, yeah, but never tells me what I want to hear. It's always just, it's going to be bad. It's going to be terrible. Things are going to suck for you. He never tells me what I want to hear. And Jehoshaphat says, I think we should hear him out before we go off to war against the Syrians at Ramoth Gilead. Just coffee. So they send for Micaiah, the son of Imli. As Big says, that horn shot will be thumbnail. Yeah, I bet that would look pretty comical, frozen. And the messenger comes to Micaiah, the son of Imli, and buttonholes him, takes him aside, and says, here's the thing. All the other prophets are telling the kings what Ahab kind of wants to hear. And good old Ahab, you know him and how he likes to hear what he likes to hear. So just take my advice, roll with the tide. Just go along. Don't rock the boat. And Micaiah, son of Imli, says rather indignantly, I'll say what God tells me to say. Hey, Godless Sowing, welcome. And so they make the trek down to Jerusalem. And they get there. And Ahab says, well, Micaiah, son of Imli, shall we go to war against the Syrians at Ramoth Gilead? And Micaiah says, yeah, have at it. Just do your thing, bro. Just go to war, smite the Syrians. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And Ahab says, this seems kind of out of character for you. You don't often tell me what I want to hear. Tell me the truth, God damn it. I didn't bring you all the way here from the house of Imli way down yonder just so you could tell me what these 40 other motherfuckers told me. Micaiah says, okay, here's the deal. if you go out to fight, my camera's doing weird shit again. Micaiah says, here's the deal. If you go out to fight with the Syrians at Ramoth Gilead, you'll be sorry. You will die, and all your armies will be scattered abroad like sheep without a shepherd. And then they'll go back to their houses in peace because they're, oh dear, turns to Jehoshaphat. He always tells me bad. Says, I'm a prophet of the to tell this weird. He relate round about him, host of heaven, Ahab, Syrians at Ramoth Gilead. How? And nobody has forward one speaks up. He said, I know how to get him to die. The Lord says, how? Tell me the plan, because I can't think of anything. The Lord, almighty, all-knowing, all-merciful, all-wise, says, I can't think of a good way to get him to go to Ramoth Gilead so that he can get himself all smoked to death. And the Spirit says, how's about I lie to your prophets? Oh, 40 of them that are in Jerusalem. And tell them that you said it would be a good idea for him to go to Ramoth Gilead and fight the Syrians. God says, you know, I'll be damned. I never fucking thought of that, and I never would have. Go and do that. I'll make sure and check that out later, Math Pig. My phone's all the way across the room. And I don't dare try to open a second window on this poor long-suffering machine. So the Spirit goes down and speaks to the 40 prophets who are in Israel, or who are in Jerusalem, rather, and tells them that this is going to be a good idea. Go out, smite the Syrians at Ramoth Gilead, blah, blah, blah. But apparently forgets about Micaiah, the son of Imli. So all these 40 prophets, it's not that they're all false prophets speaking the same false prophecy in unison as it appears at first in this weird little story. It's that they did actually get a message from heaven telling them what to say. It just wasn't direct from the Lord. It was from this Spirit that the Lord had sent to lie to them and give them improper information. But for some reason, neither the Lord himself nor this Spirit sent by the Lord remembered about Micaiah the son of Imli, who apparently lived within summoning distance of Jerusalem. And having relayed this weirdness, he says, and that's how I know. And one of the other 40 prophets comes up and bitch slaps him. Says, why would you hear the proper word of the Lord and not I? Micaiah says, by God, it's the truth. The truth. I say, didn't know we were in a slapping kind of relationship, Mr. Prophet. It's not normally how we conduct business. It says, take this fellow back to the town that he came from, lock him up on bread and water until I return. And Micaiah, son of Imli, says, well, I guess I better be done. Grass ain't never. Jehoshaphat, against the motherfucking. Because I don't think I'm going to wear my. Jehoshaphat says and goes, can't see you, just so you know. Just so you know. Is the fact that the Syrian, his army, is saying, dead, you can leave Syrians raiment. It says the side into something else. Oh dear. Ricardo says, enduring this junk shopping is going to grant us all a place in heaven. How bad is it? Y'all supposed to let me know. You're letting me down. All right, that has to go up. The road to transcendence. God, this is going to be painful to watch back, isn't it? How bad is, I mean, seriously, how bad is it? Is it even worth going on? I don't think I'm going to essay another chapter after this because this is fucking ridiculous. Mathbig says, if 7 is bad, it's a good 9. Awesome. Yeah, we're going to round out this chapter and then we're going to round out the stream because Look, the last couple of streams, either Julie or I have tried to do, we've watched back afterwards, and it's just been ghastly. I'm sorry. We are shopping, y'all. We are shopping. Okay. So they turn aside when they notice that the person in the kingly raiment is not Ahab, and somebody gets pissed that he didn't get to battle the way he was hoping to battle, and just turns around and knocks an arrow and fires it into the armies of Jerusalem and Judah for no particular fucking reason, and by sheer blind luck, not only hits Ahab, but hits him at a weak point in his armor. Anytime, Math Pig, anytime. Glad I could provide you with some laughter. And Ahab turns to his charioteer and says, "I am smote! Smote, I say, smote am I! Get me out of here before I get smote again." So they go off to the periphery of the battle, and Ahab manages to remain standing up in his chariot, leaning on the railing until sun goes down. And when the sun goes down, so does he. And he falls out of his chariot, and he dies, and the dogs lick up his blood. Let that be a lesson to you. Listen to the prophets at your own peril, because sometimes it's the word of the Lord, and sometimes it's the word of a spirit sent by the Lord to lie to you and make you die. The word of God for the people of God. Or is it?